Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I thought I'd go into all the latest UFOs and my opinion and my connection with that. These UFOs at the moment have the ability to adopt and replicate what is around them. So what I say is they can make an electric appliance stop and integrate a system or a computer system. So I just say that as you've seen some of them, these beings or these UAPs that have appear to have changed, or they all of a sudden look like a helicopter, or all of a sudden they look like a round ball. Those round balls of energy, also, especially the orange ones, actually are connected to definitely a UFO. Um, why I've put in a video on the green UFOs is because I had an experience probably was in the 1970s with a UFO in I was driving back from Rotorua to Kawerau, which is in the middle of the North Island of New Zealand, and it was about 1 o'clock at night, and a green light came from the back of my car and then just came in, and the whole car became green, like this green light. And then as it sort of hummed, and it hummed over me, the car stopped. So all the electric appliances, everything in the car just stopped. As it moved over and moved on, the car came back to life, and it sort of dipped in front of me and then just shot straight up. So and disappeared within like a second. So that's been my experience. And when I looked at this UFO that was there, uh, and that was sort of moving around, and I saw it on the video, I thought, that's exactly like what I've seen. And that was in 1970s. So I have to say, from my personal experience, I recognised the same thing. So I'm here to actually tell you that I do believe there have been UFOs, and they have not only been here since the 1940s, but also in past civilizations in the Egyptian, and possibly way back beyond, when advanced civilizations moved, and then when they retracted, the also those extraterrestrial energies moved back. So it sort of appears to me that they only come to observe, and to observe that we use our technology wisely, and because so we're not, really protecting our earth and protecting us as an energy source. So I've recently the UFOs that I've seen, in particular sighting of that has been on YouTube, is the UFOs that seem to be moving at right angles, and then slow, and then all of a sudden fast, and then disappear just like that. Um, there's the different UFOs that you're seeing are actually for different reasons. There's informative ones that connect data, and others that observing what we're doing, and hopefully we're not going to annihilate ourselves. So I was sitting there and prompted to watch a few backgrounds of UFOs, and I must say there I was found Chase Hughes very interesting. So please connect with and search for his videos on it. Also, Ross Colthart, who's an Australian and a journalist, and his are really interesting on the UFOs, and he's been um, searching and doing resources on this for a long time, 20 years at least. And just recently, Ellie did a YouTube video on, which I found very interesting and connected with. So do look at those resources to help you. So mainly they're here to for protection from danger of violence and destruction, and they're making sure that we protect it. Like the White House at the moment is being actually protected. When I observed that on YouTube, that definitely a protection light signal that came to me. So they're protecting those that work for the good of all. I'll explain later about the energy. The sudden change in direction brings the reality of personal power to a unity as humans. As Reagan also said, if I've looked into this, I was actually amazingly surprised when I read that. He said it's about us not to think about being separate as humans from Earth, but all to unite and be, humankind, and not to fight within ourselves, but rather to see ourselves as human beings, as a species that will eventually and also connect with another species. That we're not we're fighting within each other, and yet there is a bigger purpose for us, a purpose to come into new technology and that can help us. But we always feel threatened by things that we don't know. So also I remember the oceans are not contained by humans, right? So these craft can easily move and settle under the ocean, because the craft can be for different atmospheres. It doesn't matter whether they're in the air or under the sea. So it's if you want to think of it in their way, they want to observe and not be hostile. So they would find places where they would not be easily discovered, although they do have cloaking devices or energy devices that are obscured from radar, and also that they can use the cloaking devices to make them not appear invisible. This intelligent, or these intelligent beings, obviously far more advanced than us, and have technology far more beyond ours. And it also, they're talking about, to shut down the airport, but there's no need to shut down airports, or because these UAPs or UFOs will move out of the way. They're not going to be, you can't hit them because they're faster than an aeroplane. And as you've seen them manoeuvre through through media, you've seen how quickly they move. So there's no threat to any air force. So different countries have had gathered craft. We're talking about that they've actually received craft that are crashed, and also discovered other species, and that have been obviously killed in crash, and that they have held them in places, not only Area 51 but also around the world. And they've actually used these crafts and pulled them apart and reversed engineered these crafts. So, and this has actually excelled their technology on the planet. However, they have not been able to replicate the gravity and anti-gravity system used by other species have not yet harnessed it properly, and that's why I wanted to go into an explanation of why I think, in my opinion, as I connect with beings um, through thought and through meditation. These messages I have received from those beings say that it must be harnessed by the essence of the oneness or collective consciousness by the way of an energy of love and light manifested in the human soul and the body, and therefore then it can be harnessed. It seems we cannot, as beings of light and darkness, use it as a means of darkness. It has to be a uniting force of energy working for the good of all. In other words, as we become enlightened and raise our vibration beyond duality and our essence is in line with the collective forces, we are then able to harness the gravity and anti-gravity to use it as a means of transport and not as a means of destruction. In a way, it is a fail-safe boundary to make sure that these techniques are not used in a negative way to separate people or make it a way of used for greed and power, and to manipulate this higher technology. It's sort of like an energy fail-safe. However, when most of enlightened beings have ascended to light and love on this planet and have satisfied that collective species that are overseeing and have this technology, we can further in the field of this technology. This raises the question of control through collective, rather a protection of our planet, our unity. And I say that the energy of the love light force within us is only an indicator of the movement to further ourselves and discover new ways of living and moving and in the community. It is often also the inner and outer voices, combining the inner and outer voices to be of that caliber to be able to communicate through mind and harness that power from some beings in the universe, communicate through this way. And they communicate through thought, one mind to another, not through speech. And therefore their mouths, or the outward appearance of their mouths, are not as prominent as ours, and they may not have a tongue because they do not need to speak. They speak through the mind. This can present problems as our inner voice as human beings may not replicate our outer voice or our thoughts. So the inner voice is expressing terms of judgment or of a person or negative thoughts about that person, but outwardly we display acceptance. This is not conducive when dealing with those beings that read minds, and communication in this way would confuse them and in a way come across as not being credible. So we have to balance ourselves in our heart, mind, body and spirit and lift our vibration to be able to converse effectively with these beings. Therefore, it is the same safeguard that gravity, anti-gravity energy source can only be used by balanced individuals as it is using the energy source that is our energy source of essence, of light and love that can move objects, and also is the same light and love energy that is the energy of the universe. In the Egyptian days, this energy was used to build the pyramids in a collective energy projecting together to manipulate the stones and moving them to the desired place. It cannot be done by an angry, negative force or a lone person. So therefore the safeguard of the collective and how it sees everything in the universe works in the conjunction and the protection of all. I mean, all beings in the universe, wherever they come from. The force field surrounding these crafts is exactly the same as working on the collective positive light and love energy to create protection. It is the same as placing an energy field of protection on your home or on your personal self. That translucent white light that insulates and protects. It is seen around your body, so it is what we call the aura, and I see auras quite clearly. So that proving that to myself, and then that's seeing that same energy of protection around crafts, around placing them around homes, and seeing them around different places and energy sources, that has proved to me that this is part of that collective force that can be strengthened by intention. So the intention of protecting anything, a car, and I do that. I protect my car with a white light so that I can drive around, and so I'm aware of any danger that is around me. And because of that, I've noticed lately that a car might be going a little bit too fast, but stop um, before they go. But I'm already sensing about that energy coming forward, so I can feel the energy before the car. And so that is a way of using it as you can, an energy source, feeling another energy source, and therefore being able to protect yourself and be adaptable to moving forward. So the intention with which we work and the energy of the universe is, and it is part of that, and it is part of the whole. So in that way, you're not separate, but you're an energy that is part of the huge energy and is connected that way. And that way, my energy, and I can see the energy of my aura, and then I connect with the energies of other beings, or you might call them angels, guides, whatever you'd like to say. That energy flows, and you can see well, I can see the sort of light that combines with mine, and therefore I've come to the understanding just recently, or through all this digging into this, that it's proven to me that that's how we communicate with other species, because those ones that work through mind, and that is how I've connected and be able to get information and give information to you. And that is also my purpose, and not to say that we are in the most exciting times, because of the change and because we're moving forward into to understanding the power of ourself and the power of the universe, the power of all. So yes, to me, the UFOs have always been real because I've had a personal experience with that. So just like to share that. So thank you very much, and I've got lots of other videos on connecting with other beings and how I do that. So you're welcome to look at my other videos. Thank you for listening. Hello, you lovely people. I've been doing this work for 45 years, internationally acclaimed, a clairvoyant, medium, psychic, spiritual counsellor, a numerologist, teaching seminars, workshops and public speaking, giving readings, and also I hold a certificate in counselling from the University of Massey. For all people all over the world, I've done work for um, America, Europe, North and South America, Australasia, and I've had many famous people, of course, that I have worked with, but I cannot tell them their names. My knowledge is through guidance, healing, and wisdom, and is to connect with the oneness with Spirit, the Creator, with connection to my many guides, including Whitecloud, and now connection to the Arcturians up the top right and the Syrians below. I am actually communicating with them every night now on. It just seems we're in the new phase. Of course, I'm still with Whitecloud because that's what I call myself, Ingrid Whitecloud. So I hope that you will enjoy all of my videos, and I'll keep posting as I go along. On the left, you'll see that I've written a book on Atlantis, Starseeds for Other Planets. I also have other books on Amazon.com. I have free meditation CDs on my website if you want to go through that. And I also do readings. I'm doing pendulum readings as well as tarot readings if you like. So you're welcome to go to my website, ingridwhitecloud.com, and order your reading. Thank you very much for listening.